All right, everybody. So time for a midday market recap. We're going to talk a little bit about my trades for the day today and some of my goals for January 2017. So this is the first recap of 2017, first day of the month, or first day of the month, first day of the year, which is always exciting and fun. Now, I have a history on the first day of the month and often very early in the year of doing some reckless stuff and having big losses. Now, for me, it's really important for me to get in the driver's seat as early as possible. And that means getting myself up, $4, $5, $6,000 on the month or the year. But in an effort to do that, sometimes I mismanage risk. I take too much risk early on, and then I end up having a big loss. Now, I certainly didn't want that to happen today, and so I made the decision that today would be focused on getting a base hit. Swinging for the fences and going for home runs is fine when you have a cushion, but at the beginning of the month, beginning of the year, it's important to build up that base, build up that cushion, and the best way to do that is just to go for base hits, right? So $100 here, $100 there, and next thing you know, you'll have a couple $1,000s that have given you that buffer on the month. Now, the other thing I'm doing in 2017 is I've reset my entire account balance. So last year I made over $222,000. I cleared out all of that money, and I've started 2017 with a $700 Suretrader account. Well, what I didn't expect was that my platform fees would be deducted on January 1st. So I'm actually starting with a $583 account balance. And today I traded that account and I made a total of $124, which is great. I mean, that really is a pretty good day. And for a small account, it's about 20%. So you can see that right there for those of you watching screen share. And I'll flip the camera around for those of you watching the live feed. There's $124.96 with a starting balance right here, which was $583. Now, in my regular account, which I also traded in today, I traded a different stock, IDXG, and I made $1,937. So I wanted to trade IDXG in my Suretrader account, but it was not marginable, right? So that meant I couldn't use all that buying power. With a $583 starting balance, I have $4,223 or plus or minus in buying power. So, that means on a $3 stock, I can take like 1,200 shares. On a $10 stock, I can only take 400 shares. So I'm really limited to the types of stocks I can trade, and so one of the things that I'm having to do is focus on the ones that have home run potential. Now, as I say this, I'm seeing LEDS spiking up, and I see news on it. Awarded a new key U.S. patent by the Patent Trademark Office. So that's interesting. I'm wondering whether or not that's going to be significant news. I see it just spiked from 365 up to 435. We've traded LEDS in the past. My concern is that I'm not sure if issuing a patent is really a big headline. The high of that spike was 435. So what I would typically do for those of you watching this is mark the high at day 435, and that would be the price I would consider buying. Now, if you look at the daily chart, you'll see the 200 moving average is right here at 433 and 435 high of day. So that makes that, to me, a little tricky, and I think I'm going to just let it be. But I just saw that headline, so I didn't want to skip over it. All right, so anyways, with my Suretrader account, I am very limited. I don't have a lot of buying power, and some people would say that I should go for home run trades, that I should just swing for the fences. Well, the problem is most of the time when you do that, you strike out, right? You miss. And I can't afford to lose money in this account. The minimum is $500. If I lose $83, I'm going to have to put more money into that account. So I know that I'm backed right up against the wall, and everything right now is about building my cushion. My cushion is $83, and I need to build that up. So today I built it up $124, and that paid for my January platform fee. So I'll open tomorrow around $700 with a 6 times leverage at Suretrader. I'll have a little bit more buying power tomorrow. That means if I see a good setup in the $5 price range, I might be able to take 1,000 shares. If I see a good setup in the $3 price range, I'll be able to take like 1,500 shares. So if I can get 10 cents or 20 cents tomorrow, I might be able to make $150 or even $300. You can see how as that buying power increases, my ability to take larger position size will increase and my ability to make bigger gains will increase. That all will compound and will hopefully help me really build up this account quickly. But one loss is going to cut it down significantly. So I have to be really careful and really smart. And that's why I only took 2 trades in that account today. I took the first trade, ALLT, and I made $100. It was on the high day scanner. I jumped in. And now one of the cool things with this platform is that I can set different types of hotkeys. So one of the hotkeys that I'm using is Shift 1. My Shift 1 hotkey, when I press Shift 1, I'm going to buy not a fixed number of shares. It's not going to be 1,000 shares or 2,500 shares. In my speed trader account, Shift 1 is 2,500 shares. And sometimes I'll press it 4 times to buy 10,000. Well, in Suretrader, Shift 1 is to buy 95% of my buying power. All right, so 95% of my buying power is 4,100 or whatever that is, 4,200. So that times 95%, it'll send an order to buy the number of shares that equals 95% of my buying power, which means I'm basically maxing out. Now, that's risky, right? Of course, day trading is risky. We understand that. But every trade I take, I'm going to press that hotkey, and then it's going to populate, and it's going to show me the number of shares that equals. And then I can choose to press enter and send the order, or I can just say, you know what, that's actually more shares than I'm prepared to buy, so I'm just going to forget about it. I'm just going to hold off. And I can make that decision as I go. Now today, I maxed out my buying power on ALLT, and I was able to take, I think, 650 shares. I got about 20 cents profit, a little under 20 cents. So that was a good trade. On KOPN, I was able to take a little over 1,000 shares, but I only got 5 cents. So it wasn't as big of a win, and I knew on both of those, I needed to have a very tight stop. And obviously, if either of those had gone the wrong way, I may have needed to add more money today. And this is the deal. When you start an account, usually you want to put enough money in that you've got a little bit of a buffer. So if you have a red day, you're not going to have to deposit more money tomorrow. And that's what I thought I was doing with a $700 account. But Suretrader said, you know what? I think we can do you one better. You're going to start with $583 tomorrow. So that's fine. It just makes it a little bit more challenging, and it really puts me like right up against the wall, and we'll see how I do. And I'm really not sure how this is going to go. My plan is to trade in this account for the foreseeable future. I'm just going to see really what it's like, how I feel, and try to build it up. Ultimately, my goal would be to build it up past $25,000, and then I could transfer that money into Suretrader and just trade in my Suretrader account for the rest of the year. But during the next month or whatever it is, couple months while the account is small, I'll be trading in both accounts. So like IDXG, that was the stock I traded today in my regular account, and I made $1,900 on it. Well, I tried to buy it in my Suretrader account. I pulled up the stock symbol, I entered my order, and it said that I didn't have enough buying power. So I was like, that's interesting. So I changed the order. I mean, I used my hotkey, which should have been correct. I changed it, and I realized, okay, they've restricted this stock, so I can't use all of this buying power on it. They've restricted it to only, I think it was restricted to 3-to-1 this morning, and then they pulled it back to 1-to-1, which meant at 1-to-1 margin, I could literally only buy $583 of stock. That's like 100 shares. I can't make money on 100 shares. I would need to make 20 cents just to really cover commissions, and that's not going to happen. I mean, it just makes it too difficult for me. Most likely I'm going to lose money in commissions. There's not a good profit-loss ratio. There's not a good risk-reward for that type of trade. So I said, all right, well, I still want to take the trade. I'll just trade it in my regular account. Now, if I only had my Suretrader account, then today's a day where I would have had to exercise patience and self-control. And I would have had to say, you know what? I'm going to sit here on the sidelines and watch this stock run. I can't trade it. I just have to wait for the next opportunity. And that's what it would be. And that's something that every trader has to deal with from time to time. Even for myself on IDXG, I only made $1,900. This is a stock that went up 3 points, and I probably could have made more, but I said, you know what, Ross? Take your money, take your profit. When you're up $500-700, start to take profit. You're in the very beginning of the year. You don't want to go red on the year. Just start to build up that cushion, take the profit, and then once I'm really in the driver's seat of the year, I can be more aggressive and I can, I can let things ride a little bit more. And that's what I was doing in December quite a bit. I had several positions that I was up $3,000-4,000 on that I stopped out with only $700 or $800. And that was fine because I was up over $200,000 and it was like, yeah, it's no big deal. But beginning of the year, new year, new you got to kind of change your mentality, scale back a little bit. And so trading in these two accounts is definitely adjusting my focus. So I started the year with $28,900 in my speed trader account and $583 in my Suretrader account. And you guys will be along for the journey to see what we can do here in 2017. Obviously, 2016 was a great year with $222,000 in profit, and I'll do a full recap on those trades. I've got them all imported into TraderView, and I'm just waiting for my December or end of December statement to come in so I can show you guys all the gains and stuff like that. All right, now as a reminder, today is the last day of our New Year's Eve specials. So folks that want to join the chat room, we've got 50% off annual chat room membership. Normally $900. You can join for $450. We're also doing $2,000 off the Warrior Pro course, normally $42.99. You guys can join for $22.99, and those sales are ending tonight at midnight Pacific time. All right, so that's about it for today. Overall, a good day, good start, and tomorrow pretty much going to come in with the same plan. In my Suretrader account, 1 to 2 trades. You don't need to trade a lot to make good money as a trader, and you don't need a lot of money to make good money. This is $124 with a $583 balance, right? $124 a day consistently, it's like $30,000 a year. That's not bad. So I'm going to try to up that to $200 a day, $400, $500, and $600, but I've got to, kind of work my way up. I think the big lesson here will be that it's not about how much money you have. It's about whether or not you have the skills to trade the market. You can make money even if you've got a really small account as long as you have the skills. All right, guys. So any questions, feel free to post them either in the comments below or in the chat room. I see someone asking what kind of scanners I'm using. The scanners are all trade ideas scans. And so I will, I'll flip this around here. So these are the scanners here on Trade Ideas, and these are scanning the entire market for stocks that meet my criteria, stocks that I think have home run potential. So we've got reversal scanners down here, and up here we've got momentum scanners. So this really does all of the heavy lifting for me. I basically tell the scanner what I like, and it searches the market for those setups. So it's looking for that needle in the haystack every single day, that stock that has the potential to move 20 or 30%. And that's what I need, really to make a good profit. You'll never catch the total top to bottom, the entire move, but if the window is big enough and you can capture, a portion of it, you'll be able to walk away with profits on a near daily basis. All right, guys. So again, that's it for today, and I will make sure I comment for those of you that ask questions in the comments section. I'll make sure I reply a little bit later. Okay, thanks, guys.
Let's be honest. If you made it this far, you must have really enjoyed that video. So what's stopping you? Subscribe right here and get email alerts anytime I upload new content. Until then, happy surfing!